Hello again. This is Math 2232 coming to you from the College of DuPage, and the title of this lecture is A Computational Footnote from our lecture today. As always, please be an attentive learner while watching this video. By way of introduction, a student asked for more detail in going from this step in the problem, where this was the antiderivative that we were going to be evaluating at pi over 4 and then the 0 using the fundamental theorem of calculus. And the student requested more detail going from here, this step, over here to this number. And so that's the question that we're going to address here in this video. Other students commented that that was the ugliest damn number they've ever seen in their life, but I would respond to that: there are no ugly numbers, just as there are no ugly babies. But now to the subject at hand. So we're going to start with this expression. And so here it is, and we're evaluating at pi over 4, and then we're going to subtract the whole of this expression evaluated at 0. And students should note that the secant of pi over 4 is the reciprocal of the cosine of pi over 4. And so since the cosine of pi over 4 is 1 over root 2, this is going to be root 2 over 1, or just root 2. Similarly, the secant of 0 is going to be the reciprocal of the cosine at 0, and that's going to be 1. So these are key facts that we're going to be substituting in. And so for the top limit, we're going to be substituting in the square root of 2, and we're going to be raising it to all of these odd powers. And so what will happen there is I will have 1 over 9, the square root of 2 to the 9th power, minus 3 over 7, the square root of 2 to the 7th power, plus 3 over 5, the square root of 2 to the 5th power, minus 1/3, the square root of 2 to the 3rd power. And then I'm going to subtract off minus the whole of substituting 0 in here. But of course 0 is going to give you 1 everywhere, so we're really just adding up the fractions. But remember, it was subtracting the whole of these fractions. So all of these secants raised to various powers are going to yield 1, and so this is what we get. So we're going to be minus, this is 1 over 9 minus 3 over 7 plus 3 over 5 minus 1 over 3, and of course, as always, the parentheses are important. Now, when you deal with just this one, the thing that's in the parentheses here, the least common denominator that you can get is 315. And so when you correct all that, you'll get 35 over 315 minus 135 over 315 plus 189 over 315 minus 105 over 315. And if you do all that calculation for this part, you will get minus 16 over 315. Now that's what's inside the parentheses. We'll deal with this minus a little bit later. Now on this, in class, I did respond that what you should do is factor out the square root of 2 cubed from this expression, and that's what I did here, because all of these terms do include the square root of 2 raised to the 3rd power. So I factor it out, and then I will have, on the outside of this bracket, I will have the square root of 2 raised to the 3rd power. Then inside, just using properties of exponents, I'll have 1 over 9, the square root of 2 to the 6th power, minus 3 over 7, the square root of 2 to the 4th power, plus 3 over 5, the square root of 2 to squared, minus 1/3, and I already factored that out, and so it's just 1/3 times 1. Okay, now then what we can observe is that the square root of 2 cubed is 2 square root of 2, so I'll just do that calculation. But here, all of these are raised to even powers, which is going to be nice. So the square root of 2 to the 6th power is 2 cubed, which is 8. The square root of 2 to the 4th power is going to be 2 squared, and 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12, so that is minus 12 over 7. Here you're squaring the square root of 2, getting 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, so that is 6 over 5. and here you just get minus 1/3. Now notice that the common denominator here is going to be the same, and it's going to be 315, although you've got a whole bunch of different numerators, and so you have to do that. So what you will get is the square root of 2 times, this is going to be 280 over 315 minus 540 over 315 plus 378 over 315 minus 105 over 315. And if you do all of that, there's a lot of pluses and minuses going on, but you'll end up with 2 root 2 times 13 over 315. And so what we have is this number minus this number. And that's what we're going to do on the next page, is finish the calculation. Okay, so we had this number times this, minus a minus gives you a plus here for that, and there's a common factor here. There's a common factor of 2 over 315. There's the 2. There's a 2 in 16, and 315 is in both denominators. So 2 over 315, and then what is left is here will be 13 the square root of 2 plus, and then what will be left here is 8. Now this is not exactly what I wrote in class. What I wrote in class was this, but it's the same thing because A plus B is the same thing as B plus A. So those are the same. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself and of each other. Self-care is important, and we're all in this together. Look forward to seeing you in class. God bless you all.